Going to be playing Oriental
Hello and welcome
Empires
everyone to another Iceberg interactive Twitch stream. Joining me,
the Warring States campaign. And Oriental Empires has just been released.
Yes, it's been a busy day today, but everything went well, I think. And we hope everyone's going to enjoy the game. We're very excited about it. And of course, one of the new features is the Warring States campaign. Is it called a campaign, actually?
It is a campaign.
So it's kind of like a campaign.
Well, it's a scenario work. Well,
a scenario is probably a better way of saying it.
Yeah, it's a long scenario.
Yeah.
Long scenario.
So we've done a tons of videos on the regular Oriental Empires game, where you start off with basically one settlement and nothing else. A few settlers. And now we're gonna actually play the Warring States. So you start off with a few more settlements, I think, and you're more developed into the tech tree, where it is the Warring States area. And yeah, it's basically you start a new game, but you're pretty advanced already. So it's kind of like a beginner's guide for something that's more for advanced players. I'm not really sure.
It's a bit like that. Well, the thing about the Warring States campaign is, so it is a scenario that is set around 400 BC, whereas the general grand campaign starts about 1500 BC.
Right,
so the difference there, of course, is that you will be, not just you, but the entire country will be much more developed. So will be your enemies. Let's see who we can start
who
out.
Pick?
I'd like to pick, I think, Zhongshan. They could be interesting. They have two settlements with a population of 40, so they are somewhat developed, but not huge. And they have nice little infantry bonus to them. So those of you already familiar with Oriental Empires will know that there are quite a couple of new factions here, and they are specific to this scenario. And some of those are also available in the custom games. I think that's all we're gonna do for now, so let's just pick Zhongshan. Hello everyone!
Hey guys! And the new viewers, hi guys, welcome. Great that you're joining. Hopefully we can educate you a little bit today. So, we start off with how many settlements now?
Right, we got two settlements at the start, very close to each other, not ideally located, and also very close to some potential enemies, some more guys to the south. This is more or less the area where the white die starts in the normal grand campaign, so those of you who are familiar with that, who played through the early access phase, know that you had like the Shang starting about here. You got the white barbarians, the white die over here, and you had the Yongdi right over here.
Is it
the
Dongyi?
town of Lindsay. Dongyi?
Dongyi?
Dongyi, yes.
Yeah, Dongyi. So, this is basically the same as the Grand Campaign, but some factions are replaced by the newer factions.
Well, this is the Grand Campaign, but placed later in time. So the factions you see represented here are factions that were around I think it was like the 420s BC.
Ah, so it could be the older faction that has been developed in a more...
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
So let's have a quick look then at what we start off with. So we have two cities right here. Both have a nice little garrison in them. And we are already trading. So we have one trading hub, which is Lingzhou. And we're already trading also with some other factions, as indicated by the white lines here. It's not a whole lot, but it's a nice little income boost.
Yeah, you already start with some things set up for you, so you're not completely...
Also interesting will be to see that technologies, we start with quite a few technologies unlocked already, because we are approaching we are in the Warring States era already, so we have most of the early Bronze Age techs unlocked, not all of them. We don't have to do all of them, of course, to progress. So that is also a bit of a quick start to your game, if you will. If you don't like the more exploration-focused first turns of the Grand Campaign, then this is a great alternative for you. So let's have a look at our technologies then. So here we can choose what type of power technology we want to do. One of the things we could be doing here is, since we already have a bit of trade going, is try and expand on that. So perhaps it would be a good idea to research coinage, which allows us to upgrade our bazaar into a market.
Yeah.
And enables us the salt tax edict.
Yeah, no, that sounds like good. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have... Do we have a lot of farms already? How far are those developed right now?
Not particularly. So I think both our cities have about 20 population.
Right, yeah. That's not too much.
Let's see.
So basically you start off with some trade as your main income and not really farming. Or is it like a balanced
I'll have a look.
mix?
I think it's relative. It depends, of course, per faction. Some are more trade focused than others. This is a good one. Increased. This will actually increase your further development by 10%. The speed at which you unlock new techs in that category. So it's a pretty good one to start with to get the most out of it.
I love that it's called tea culture.
So we need tea culture. And the same goes here for the mathematics. That will allow us to increase our knowledge development rate by 15%. Hey McPhil, good to see you again as well. To all of you in the chat, if you have any questions for us, please drop them here.
Drop them in the chat. We'll try to answer them.
And we're going to try and answer them, exactly.
Yeah.
So the game is out now with a nice little discount.
Yeah, 20% off right now, actually throughout the whole week of this lovely release. So yeah, if you're still thinking about getting it, it's now fully released. It has all its features in, it has the multiplayer, and it's 20% off. So it's a great deal right now to grab it and start playing. And I mean, we'll be around playing some multiplayer as well. And this is great, it's fun. We've been having a lot of fun with this game lately. We've done the multiplayer sessions, and last Tuesday we did our big showdown. And yeah, it's just a solid and fun strategy game. Basically one of my first 4X games that I really got into, so it's a special place in my heart there.
Alright, let's start by farming a bit. Let's start by chopping some wood. So most of the flat farmland's already developed, as you can see. So we can either start irrigating these farms or start farming on the hills and mountains, which is probably a little bit
Do they
faster.
both take as much time?
So the irrigated farms go a little bit quicker. They take 4 turns instead of 6.
Yeah.
But they only provide +1 food.
And those are going to provide a bit
plus
more.
2.
Yeah, 2, double.
So we're going to go for those first. We see the arrows moving up here, so our population has room to grow and is actually growing. That's very good. And one of the things we ought to be doing here is decide who are going to be our allies and who are going to be our enemies. So you think, where do we expand basically? Do we go south, north?
Well, it looks like, you know, to the east a little bit might be, you know, we have some hexes we might grab. But it might be good to send out a scout and see what's around us for a bit.
Alright, yeah.
Just not make a decision
send out some
too
scouts.
quickly.
We got some nice chariots. They're pretty quick.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could
can send them south.
achieve some more breathing room, because right now we're just an easy target that's in the middle.
Yes. Alternatively, we could also try and send out a colonist rather than actual armies. I mean, the map has been developed pretty much, but that doesn't mean you can't still recruit your colonists and send them out. So let's do that. We have a pretty fine economy anyway. We got some nice rhinos here, and I haven't done this yet, which is pretty bad of me, but I should always zoom in.
Zoom in and show
the glory.
Yeah,
look at that.
You can zoom in pretty far and see a lot.
We have rhinos, farmers of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and you can show them how far you can zoom out, because it goes pretty far.
And it goes pretty far out as well.
It's not too interesting now because of the fog of war, but basically if you've been playing for a longer amount of time, you can see a lot happening there, and
yes,
it's a fun feature.
So these are the icons right here, and they're pretty good. So we have some rhinos, and they provide extra bonus income, and we have some fish here as well, which provide bonus food. So this population particularly will be able to grow just a little bit faster. Alright, I don't think we need to recruit any troops now. I'm going to send out one more scouting unit though, just to scout also.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, we have a lot of sites to go to. So Dr. Beekman says, I played a few turns today and every faction was at war with at least 2 others within 3 turns. Warring State's title is correct. So should we be afraid of that? I guess so.
Yeah. I mean,
everybody wants to get their piece.
Everyone wants to get their piece of land, and the enemy can be very, very close to you. Alright, there we go. We hit the end turn. So it is a turn-based game, but it is a turn-based game that works in the sense that it's simultaneous turn-based, and the turns themselves get executed in real time. A little bit complicated to explain, but when you start playing, it feels very natural.
It makes sense, yeah.
So we can zoom in and watch them move, well, until they reach their destination, that is. Or we can just speed it up. I mean, now there's not a whole lot happening, so I like to speed it up and keep the pace going. And it is good to see you indeed, Dr. Beekman. We played quite a few nice games online together.
Yes.
Let's
so that's
see.
Donghu.
Yes, so the Yan are asking us to attack the Donghu within 7 turns, and they will do the same. So they are proposing a coordinated attack. I don't think we're interested.
Well, it's always hard because you get this request and then you're like, who the hell are these people? I mean,
yeah, we can dismiss them for now.
We can. Oh, okay, great. So let's just see who these Donghu are. Maybe if they're in a nice position, it gives us the opportunity to expand in a nice direction.
This is a nice one though. Just pay a little bit of money to get some information. They're probably short on cash.
Yeah. Well,
Sure. I mean,
that's like 28 is very cheap.
Yeah, it saves us the problem of sending out scouts there.
So Donghu, where are these people?
Right, so we got the Yan right here.
Right, so actually we want to get rid of them as well.
We got the Zhao, and here we have
Qi.
Or Qi? I don't know. Yin. So we don't even know exactly where the Donghu are. So.
But the Yan.
Are they the guys? They're over here.
Ah.
I don't think we have any business there, right?
No, but the Yan, I mean, it would be very nice to get rid of them. They're so close, they could be a big threat, especially later on.
Yes. So we could wait a couple of turns for them to start their war, and then try and take Xiadu.
So it was a request from the Yan to attack the Donghu.
I think so. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Zhao is asking us to attack Wei within 7 turns. We're not.
They're also further away from us.
Yeah, so here Yan is asking us to go to war with.
So we're friends with them then.
We're not gonna do that.
No.
They're saying let us go to war like brothers in arms, and well, no, we're not gonna do that. We should probably, let's see. That's okay. News of war. So Wei and Zhao have declared war. Let's have a look. We have Wei right here, and we have
the white ones. Yeah,
Zhao over here. So they're close to each other. They're fighting. We can already see some lands being pillaged. We cannot see their troop movement. They're too far out of reach. But the sight of the fires is not.
At this point, it's definitely not a problem if 2 of the other factions are fighting.
Not at all. No.
Just makes our work easier.
So we're just going to continue here. We might do a little bit of raiding if we feel like it.
Just
why not?
Set some farms on fire.
Set some farms on fire. There we go. And I send out the settler over here in the mountains. It's not really a great position to settle, but there's a few good land.
I mean, there's gold, there's jade. Well, we already got the gold probably, but the jade is nice, I guess.
The jade would be nice.
Especially for trading now.
We're just going to see. Alternatively, we could settle like here or here, but I feel it's
a bit close.
Really close to the enemy.
Yeah.
Although this one could be nice to annoy them. Well, we'll see later on. I think that's all for now. We could consider some more diplomacy over here. Next turn. Well, after we did some raiding, we will propose some nice treaties.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have any idea on what we should be doing, or where we should expand, or what you want to see, just let us know. Or if you have any questions about the game, I mean, if you want more information, the Steam page is right below this stream, I think. There should be a banner.
Yeah,
with
there
the
are buttons there. So if you want more information on the game, just scroll down. You'll find the Oriental button.
So Yan is proposing us a Fraternal Harmony Pact. Now, we want to attack them pretty soon, so let's not do it.
No,
everybody knows that I don't like breaking treaties.
But he does like to deceive people a lot, annoy them.
So Dr. Beekman is saying West could have some nice resources in the mountains. Yes, that's what we're going to be looking for.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons we sent out our scout. So we got a nice little scout here as well, and he started pillaging. He's also blocking the trade route for this turn, as you can see.
We don't
that's
like
pretty
that.
Nice. So we are,
we
are annoying them.
We're blocking them.
Yes,
I thought they were blocking us.
We're annoying them. Yes, probably the best way is to take some other cities. That's what we're going to try and do.
Yeah.
We should be able... Sorry about that. We should be able to recruit some archers. And we need a lot of them because they have stone walls already. Where we just have wooden palisades here.
So how can you
we're
attack?
big backwards.
How can you attack the stone wall?
Archers can do the trick as well.
But it will take longer than a palisade.
You will need many more. I mean, more ideal would be to have some siege artillery.
Yeah.
But we're not currently developing that. That's still quite far away. At least 24 turns if we started developing that now, plus an additional 3 to build it, and then to recruit them. So
McPhail says they are all weak goat herders in the West.
All weak. There are a good number of herders there, and they are generally a little bit weaker. Having said that, they have better militia units, or they don't have militias, they have tribesmen, and they're a bit more, tougher people. They don't have the luxury of living in fine houses.
They're decadent Chinese.
Ouch. And we are going to be looted here by our friend Yan, by their scouting party.
Oh.
So we're gonna do something about that. And Dong...
This could be interesting.
well, not really. They're just asking us to attack, but they're not offering anything in return.
That is
so
true.
we could ask them to do this.
To do it as well,
Or are
yeah.
they, perhaps they're already at war, actually.
Yeah, so they're just asking for our assistance, and we don't mind that, do we?
Well,
Although,
if they can pay for it.
yeah, they should probably give us a little bit of money. 500?
Hmm?
Yeah. A single payment and a regular payment for...
Okay, that's fine.
Sure, that's fine. Isn't that actually more?
In the end, yes, but probably they don't have the money we're asking for right now. So we have our lands pillaged by them. So what I'm gonna do first is recruit some troops. And we're gonna need to recruit archers.
And a lot of them.
To attack. So I'm gonna max out my archers here. And reinforce them with a nice little chariot unit.
We also have a question from Mr. Bandit. He says, what do you look for when founding settlements? Is it good to build next to rivers? Well, we can explain about the hexes. If you look on the map, you can see, well, maybe you can show one just as an example. You can see that some of them have these little icons, and these icons have a certain meaning. So you have fish, you have rhino, you have certain like valuable stuff in the mountains there, jade, gold. And these are special, well, what do you call them? Special resources or bonuses that you get if you found a settlement right there. And if it's in your area, I think it's 1 hex away from your settlement, and then you get it, or 2.
Yeah, if you border them, you still get them. So
Yeah.
the fish over here are just outside of our territory, but we're bordering them, so we still get this particular resource. Anything further away, we won't get. But it is worth noting that cities grow over time. So even if you don't reach it right now, adding more farms or spreading your territory,
You can get
will
closer
actually,
to them.
Exactly.
So you have a lot of different ones. So when you're setting out a settler, just really, pay attention to the icons and try to found your settlement somewhere that is close to those, because you will get some really nice upgrades and bonuses from them. And also, I think you should also pay attention to the type of terrain, because sometimes you have different kinds of terrain, and it could be really nice to have some of those icons, but then the land is really bad and you can't really create any farms there. So just, look at that, and then you can make a decision if you want to do your settlement there. Don't do them too close to each other, because you will kind of, you won't be able to really expand your settlements because you're blocking yourself. I think that's probably the best.
Yes, it's again, you have to decide in advance what would you like your settlement to be about. Most of your settlements will be about population, so you want to settle and preferably a plain where you can have lots of farming ground and grow your population quickly.
Yeah.
If you want your settlements to be about to gather special resources, look for those, like Saskia explained. Look for the icons. If you're a trading nation, rivers can be very important.
Yeah, because you can build a quay, and then you can send out boats, and actually trade by boat is, I think it's worth more than trade with the routes.
In the end, yes.
Yeah.
And it goes further.
Yeah.
So you have a greater range. And it's also safer because it's relatively harder to block for enemies.
Yeah, boats are pretty expensive if you want to get a boat that can attack other boats, or... Yeah.
Right, so I took a nice little Fraternal Harmony Pact agreement with the Donghu. They're going to be our allies, and I have started gathering my armies. They're not huge, but they have a lot of archers, so hopefully we'll catch them at least a little bit by surprise. And these guys are blocking our trade route now. I don't like him.
No. We need to crush them.
We need to
swiftly and painless.
And we have some nice icons over here. These are special icons, perhaps.
So, yeah, those are encounter opportunities. You can access these encounters with your leader units. I think every special unit can... Or is it just the leader?
Every named unit.
Every named unit. So you have these special units, your leaders, sometimes it's a general. Later in the game you will unlock a lot more of these units, and they all have their own role in the game. So if you want to unlock one of those encounters, you need to send one of those special units to the yellow icon, and then you will unlock the encounter. The only thing is, it's probably, I always kind of say that it's like a Monopoly chance card. It can be something good, but it can also be something bad, like an ambush, so you lose some money, or just a guy who already died and you have to throw him a funeral for like 20 gold, which is a bit silly. But sometimes it can be really, really useful, because you can just pay a small amount of money and you get a big upgrade, like more authority points, or maybe you can immediately unlock something that normally you would have to research in the research tree. So they can really give you some nice opportunities, but it's always a risk.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you unlock one of those encounters, they disappear from the map, so you have to be fast, because otherwise other people can get them. Does the AI actually get the encounters as well, or is it just... I wondered about that.
Not quite sure.
No, I'm not sure either.
I've seen them sending out leaders, the scouts. Let's see, we have a nice little town here.
We could easily take that. It has no walls and just one peasant unit.
They are our friends now. We just declared. So
it's just the first thing I think about when I see it. It's like, oh, it's our friend.
We cannot cross the river there, though.
Oh, so that's where the coast is already.
Well, it's due to bad weather. I think that causes river crossings, or we got it's because of the mountain here.
It's a mountain, so we need to take a left there.
Yeah, so we need to cross here and then turn north. That's okay. And here we are gonna. I want to see more what these guys are up to.
So I guess right now it would not be a good idea to send out our leader, because he's going to be fighting.
So I put our leaders in the stack, but I'm gonna set them on defense, so they're not gonna lead the charge. They're gonna lead from behind very bravely.
Oh, yeah.
That should help a little bit. They shouldn't have too large of a garrison, or at least at the moment no, but they might recruit some. But they do have their leader right over here. He is their charioteers. So we're gonna see if we can take them out. We have plenty of archers to fire at them. The archers have the order to harass the enemy, so not to actually stand and hold their ground. Let's see, we got our settler, so he's gonna...
No, he needs to, a weird route.
We can try and see what's up there.
Gonna go through the mountains.
Alright, so we got our battle going on. I'm gonna zoom here. So I gave our archers the order to harass the enemy. But they are immediately charging, which causes our archers to be in an unfortunate position, having to fight in melee, which is not their strength. But we have such overwhelming numbers that we should be able to take them out pretty quickly, and then reform and hopefully attack. Otherwise we'll have to attack next turn, so let's speed up a little bit.
That broken chariot looked really rough.
There we go. So now we launched our assault on the city, and the first thing you will see now is that the archers are going to try and make a breach. So let's see. There we go. They're firing, burning the place, and our troops are going to try and enter.
So did we already have the flaming arrows?
We don't have flaming arrows. Well, you have like a technology that enhances your flaming arrows, so that makes them they make it allowed to quicker burn down units. But even basic archers already can be used to do that.
Okay.
It's just that they are way less efficient in doing so. So our units are reforming here, taking up positions to attack.
So basically, what's happening is that the archers, they breach the walls, and when they breached it, the other units go in and they go over to the different door or different area and they start breaching. So I think the more areas you breach, the quicker it will go.
Exactly. You want to make sure you have many breaches.
And they will come from all sides.
At this point, one was sufficient, mainly because there was no real garrison in there. So once we got the doors open, we were good to go. But this was... you know, in general, you want to have as many breaches as you can. Also, because during turns, the enemy will repair breaches as well.
So, this is also interesting. When you take a settlement, you can pick between these three options. And I don't know if everyone knows what they mean exactly, so we can probably just specify. So, occupy settlement means that you will take the settlement and it will become your own. It will take about 1 or turns. I think 2 turns, because the settlement will be in turmoil and you can't do anything. You can't control it. But after those 2 turns, it becomes yours completely. Sack the settlement. It means that you will take all the loot, so you'll get some gold. You will kill the population that lives there, and then it will just become an empty settlement, right?
No, it will become yours. You will remain in charge.
Right, you remain in charge, but you sack it and you loot everything, so you start with a pretty much an empty settlement.
It's really good if you need money in short term. If you need money,
you get it real quick.
If we would need money right now, we could sack it, and we could even abandon it afterwards if we wanted, but we got some money from it.
Right, so it's only like a last resort probably, because if you want to occupy it anyways, you don't want to burn it down, basically. And if you want to destroy it, then it just totally disappears. And maybe, I mean, in this case, we should probably not do it, but it could be interesting, because right now this settlement is actually blocking our expansion of goo, no?
It is. If I had a choice, I would like to destroy goo and keep this one instead.
Yeah,
but we cannot do that.
No.
So we might need to destroy it and just free up some space for ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
It's always just...
No, I don't want to destroy it.
It has gold.
It has gold, but also it has the highest population number. It is our biggest city now.
It could be very useful.
So we're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
We have the manpower to pacify the city over the next 2 turns. We have the manpower to defend our gains. So that is also quite nice. We're gonna send out some guys, and hopefully we can push on until Yi. We are losing money rapidly, though. We should probably see we need to destroy some buildings here that we're paying upkeep for. There we go.
Yeah. So that's always a nice thing. If you take a city, it's always good to check out what kind of buildings they have built there, because sometimes you don't even need all of them, or you have a different plan for the settlement. And then you're just paying a lot of upkeep for stuff you don't want or need.
Exactly. I just saved about 100 in upkeep from stuff that we don't really need right now, or stuff that other cities of us already have.
It's very important in this game to keep an eye on your upkeep costs, because it can really make or break you sometimes.
Alright, now we do have to watch out though. There's still a unit here, so I'm going to send one to intercept. It's not going to be strong enough, but just to delay it and prevent more looting from being done. And we want to get up a road network going as well at some point, so let's have Goose start building roads already.
So roads make sure that trading goes faster, and it makes you more money. And who doesn't want more money?
And I think that's all we can do for now. So we got our city captures. Our leader increased his chi rating from it, so that's pretty good. This man has matured and moves towards his prime. His levels of confidence and energy have increased. He's become a more capable leader.
So there were a few questions about what all the stuff means, like the chi, the ki, the ren.
Yeah, so we got Chi and Ren. They are the main...
Well, so there's no Ki? There was also Ki. Yeah, there's also Ki.
This is Chi. It depends on translation. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. Ki
it's
or
hard.
Chi.
Chinese is not.
But, alright, so let's start with... Okay, so generally has 4 ratings. One of which is hidden, is his age. A general ages, and at some time he dies. But it's a bit abstracted, because one game turn is not necessarily a specific amount of... years, months, or
but
whichever.
Sometimes it just happens. The portrait changes as well, so they always start out a bit young, especially the heirs.
There is the personal authority rating, and that basically also is good for your faction for controlling nobles, and for being a strong government, preventing rebellions to break out. So it is, let's see.
So his authority actually...
his personal authority is 0. He doesn't really add anything at this point.
But it doesn't add it to the complete pool of your authority. Okay, so... Yes. And how does your leader get more authority?
By winning battles. Yeah. We won 2, but not major. So, you know, the more battles you win, the more authority you gain. Then we have Ren, and that is like your virtue. So, it is good for a governor. If you use your generals to quell unrest, pick someone who has a high Ren rating. In addition, it also increases the morale of the units you're leading, so it's good for, I suppose, defensive action.
Makes sense.
And the ki or chi is a measure of a man's energy and vitality.
So,
and the man's rating
yeah.
improves fighting ability for units. He commands by 21%. We have 3 stars here.
So if you have a leader in your stack, he will definitely get the guys to
Yes.
fight a bit harder because he's there. And well, sometimes what happens, I mean, I've seen that a few times, which is interesting, is that if your leader fights too much, he can actually get a loss of chi.
Yep.
Because it said something like the battle was pretty tough and he will never be the same again. So that can happen as well.
Men grow weary from battle after some time.
So you need to really balance it out. If you want to get a lot of authority, yeah, he can fight a lot, but he might lose a bit of this chi.
There's like a famous curve where someone who is new to battle first is very nervous and scared. Then after a couple of times, he's becoming more confident. Like, oh, I survived, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's when he's at his strongest. So that's when he's at his prime. And after that, if he continues to fight, he grows wary of death, disease, might get injured or cold or whichever. Alright, so we are going to continue scouting. We took our first city. That was pretty awesome. And we're going to reposition our troops. So either now we have to decide, do we continue to push on or do we disband the army? Because we're losing money. We cannot keep this army standing.
Not for long, but we could, you know, we have the other city right there in the top. They have some nice resources.
I think they're already being attacked by the...
Then it's easier, right?
Yes, so hopefully the other guys won't beat us to it. We did lose some battles over here, forcing Yan to go into our territory, so they're going to start looting us. That's unfortunate, so we're going to try and kick them out. We got our lands pillaged. Could recruit some reinforcements. So our capital could basically be our recruitment center. We already have some nice buildings there, so we can already recruit archers there, for example. We could expand upon it. Barracks are a very good building. They cost 80 in upkeep, but they will allow you to recruit not militia or nobles, but actual professional soldiers.
Trained ones, yeah.
So we're going to build a barracks, and it will take us about 2 turns. So in this particular city, we cannot do anything yet because we are. I think I'm just. Yeah, I'm just trying and send some archers out with a leader to deal with these guys. We cannot do anything still. Just next turn. Here we're gonna continue guarding for a little. Or should we chase them? We can chase them. They're almost dead. I think they have 1 chariot left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well just squish them.
1 guy left. So we're going to take those out. Here we're going to continue scouting. They've raised quite a bit of
ceramics over there.
That's nice. That's a nice research. Kelnite. Excellent production of high quality porcelain and pottery. We could try and get our guy to go there. Let's try and see if we can find a northern... Is there going to be a northern route? We could try.
So there's another question from Mr. Bandit. Is it a real map of China or just China inspired? New map every game.
This is the map we're playing here is the map of China. Yeah. Slightly abstracted where needed because obviously we're tied to hexes. But it is definitely the map of China. So the rivers, the mountain ranges, this is going to be the same every time. And the positioning of the factions here is going to be the same every time.
Yeah.
What you can also do, however, is play a custom map. And that will be more like a random map generation, like in other games. You can give the parameters for what exactly you want. You want like an island, or you want a full big continent.
Or the Americas.
Or the Americas.
That's fun. That's like 2 big pieces and then a little path in between. Makes for interesting scenarios.
It makes for very interesting scenarios indeed. So, and you can create the size, set the size of the map. You can set the amount of players you want. You have all the flexibility you need. You can even change things like the technology rate. So if you want to say, I want this to be a faster paced game, I'm going to increase my tech rate so I can develop further. And well, that's what we did Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a bit higher than normally.
Like 40%, I think. We increased the speed. We had a very small map, or medium small map, I think it was.
And it gets you into the action a lot quicker.
It was a
tough game.
It was a tough game. It was nice.
We were sweating.
And it shows that there is no such thing as loyalty.
Yeah, just gonna look at you for that one now.
Alright, let's see. Okay, so now here we can start recruiting its own garrison. So I'm going to send out the archers to support the attack of the new city, and we're just going to try and push on. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we're going to go here.
It would be, you know, we shouldn't stop yet.
We have 2 leaders with us, both in different stacks, so they're going to add this little bit of bonus. And here, I guess, to the south, then for now, we're going to recruit some garrison. There we go. Perhaps we can send in a couple of extra footmen. Let's stuck here west.
So we were losing a lot of money, but now we're actually in the plus again.
Yes.
So what changed?
Xiadu is making money for us now.
Yeah,
right?
because
That's
it's
a big
out of
deal.
turmoil?
It's out of turmoil. We can start farming again. We get the income from it.
So you don't get the income while it's still in turmoil?
I don't think you do, no.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue farming here. We have the money to develop the mine right here to get our gold pit.
It's easy money, because the thing about the gold pit, which is nice, is that gold is the currency in the game, so you don't have to trade it or do anything with it. It's just, it goes straight into the treasury.
Exactly. We get
nice.
we get about 40 gold per turn. It is expensive, so it is a long thing to trade off. If you do quick multiplayer games, don't invest in gold.
No?
It takes many turns. Well, you pay 1200 and you get 40 back per turn.
Yeah, so you need to make sure that the game's gonna last a few turns before you get some money back.
Exactly. One of the interesting things about our positioning here is, and also the route we're expanding, we can very much become a sea power. Right? We are close to the sea and to the rivers, so we can get a good trade network going here. And these rivers also allow us to really infiltrate deep into Chinese territory.
So we've got our settler over there, or no, it's a chariot.
It's our scout.
This little spot in the middle could be interesting, because we can grab 4 interesting icons. It's a bad position, but it's a nice money-making place.
I don't think there's going to be a position where you can grab all 4, potentially 3, but you cannot settle right next to a river, so you have to have 1 hex in between.
Right. So yeah, you could
It will be tricky.
1 to the top, maybe. Yeah. McPhail is saying, "Take to the seas, you landlubbers."
We're gonna take to the seas.
It's gonna take a bit of time, but yeah, it might be smart.
We started our road as well. Let's see, where is it? All right. So we started road building. We're gonna do it also from here, I suppose. There we go.
So roads and farms can take the same hexes, right? So the road is just going to cross through it, but they won't damage both of the things now.
Exactly. I mean, roads are pretty small compared to farms. They're not super highways we have. Not by a long shot. All right, so we're going to go in. Actually, I'm not going to go in all the way. I'm going to wait for the other stack, and also because I don't want to assist my frenemy in taking Yan.
Why not?
I want it.
Right, but if we have more units, we'll take it.
Can we... No, I'm gonna let him bleed. We're gonna go in after.
Could be smart.
We can make that work. Alright, stack without orders. Who is that? So there's these 3 guys, and then we're gonna have them sent north in... Oh, they have to walk all the way around. I did not anticipate that.
Yeah, those mountains, they can be tricky.
Now we get our scout. He's just gonna continue to... Well, do what scouts do. So we got quite a few battles already over here where we're going to kick their ass. Our chariots are rushing in. They should be more skirmishing probably. And our other units, but we're chasing them off, so that's good. Here the town is being attacked still. I'm not sure if they have archers or something.
Can we see that?
Let's see.
Not yet, but...
They have archers, but
right,
very few.
So
they're not going to break through, I think. And even if they do, they will break through for 1 breach. And they have a very potent general in there, as you can see from the so high morale and high combat ability. So that's not going to be easy to take. You need 2 breaches in order to take that. Luckily, we have the amount of archers to force 2 breaches, especially to a walled or wooden wall, a palisade wall. So this one will be actually a little bit easier than the other one was. So we're gonna cross. Let's see. More scouting to do. We found some horses here.
Horses, you can trade them.
yeah, you can trade them for additional income. The problem about the lands here, this far north, is that it is not actually farmland.
It's grassland.
It's grassland.
You can't farm grassland?
No.
That sounds weird, no?
No, these are in the north of China. You got the steppes, so it's grass, but it's not
very short
not
and dry.
fertile enough actually exactly
Yeah.
to really grow a lot of crops. So that's not good for a farming nation like us.
So we're probably quite close to the top left where the, well, what we call this Shanbai and
They would be
Xiongnu.
somewhere here.
Yeah, and that's all almost like desert steppes kind of. And they're herders, so they don't farm a lot, they do
Well,
herding.
I'm not quite sure how developed they are in this particular scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's gonna be it. So we're gonna have you rest a little. I don't want you to lose too much fighting spirit. And that should be it again. So we have the unit walking around. We chased it off. So you're gonna go back. And there we go. Yeah, more battles taking place. We're not joining Donghu in their attack. We are taking some stragglers here in the river. Basically mass firing it on it while
Fighting in the river.
finding. Unfortunately, I didn't put that many melee troops in here, so the archers have to do the fighting as well as the shooting. But we have such overwhelming numbers that it shouldn't really be a problem. Also here, we chased the guy off, so we should be fine. Right, Zhao wants a fraternal harmony pact. I'm inclined to agree. They're to our south, but they're not really
Everybody wants to be friends with us now.
Zhang.
Because we probably look a little bit dangerous.
We have a fairly strong force.
Yeah. So the AI picks up on that. The more armies you have,
Yes.
they're like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, they
their
see
strength
if
is-
you're strong or not.
Yeah. Same as for the amount of money you have.
Exactly. So why didn't you guys cross? That's unfortunate. That will delay us for another turn. Roads are completed, farms are completed. We need to keep on farming. And we can have a quick look at the different stats that the AI also takes into account. Look at that. We can advance our influence all the way here.
Crossing the river.
So if we look at the stats right here, this is where the game keeps track of pretty much everything, as you know. So for those of you who are watching here, this is the victory points, which is just the broad thing. So if you hit your turn number and nobody has won, your victory point will decide the winner. But we also track things like the amount of settlements different factions have. So our friends have 6 settlements.
So that's probably Xianbai, I think.
That's not Xian, no, that's Donghu.
Oh,
here.
that's the version of them right now.
Exactly, that's the modernized. Number of population, we're lacking a bit, so we're not doing great.
And it's good that we didn't destroy that settlement.
Yeah,
It
probably.
would have been way lower if we did.
And army-wise, we are pretty good, right? So at least in our area, I mean, these guys are a little bit far away for now. In our area, we are dominating. So we should make the most of that now and try and expand. Really get our population base to grow.
If you guys have any questions, just drop it in the chat. I mean, we're happy to answer anything that comes up. So for now, we're gonna go to Guzu, or just around there.
I'm gonna send a scout there just to see what's out, but my forces, I want them to Yi and just take the city. That is assuming that our friend here doesn't bring any additional archers, which he might. Let's see if we have enough. We're gonna march in. Not gonna charge yet. We're not allied with these guys. We just have a fraternal pact. So I don't think we will join them in battle.
Did we agree on attacking? No, we didn't. Oh yeah, we did. I think.
Yeah.
For money. Yeah.
And we did. We kept our promise.
Yeah.
We took a city from them. We're very good for that. I don't like this unit here though. That's gonna threaten us a little.
It's a bit shady over there.
So I'm gonna recruit a unit to intercept and make sure that our farms aren't getting looted by this guy. Stacks without orders. Who's that this time? It's our little scout. I'm gonna set it to auto scout, so I don't have to mess with it again. It's just gonna do his own thing. We're again being intercepted by this annoying little group of soldiers. This time our armies are fighting together though. Ooh, they're just leaving the small guys to us.
Okay, they went in there with full confidence, like yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna die. They're running.
Wrecked.
Now we're gonna move in, loot some more. The disadvantage of looting too much, of course, is that when you actually take
the
the
city, you have to rebuild everything.
Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna try and move in, and also because this is a bigger stack, it doesn't just loot one hex. I can loot up to 3, I think.
At the same time around it. Oh,
if you
I
have,
didn't know that. That's cool.
huge stacks.
That is nice. Well, you're a very, very seasoned farm looter, so I guess you knew this already.
So we have 3 loot right here. And we have another key increase. So that's very good. He is pretty potent now as a general. So
He's ready to roll.
We have a 35% combat bonus on or fighting ability on people in his stack. Now 2 of our cities have approached the 40 mark, and that means they're ready to upgrade. Which one should we upgrade first? We don't have the money, so we need to save up a little.
Yeah,
but which one would have priority, you say?
I'd say, well, maybe Lingshao, because they have a little bit more space and they're not in a dangerous area.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Alright, we will save up for that one then. And we're going to send in our extra units. And I'm going to set you guys to auto-explore as well.
We're going to take a little walk.
And you are going to... Ooh, they're hunting our settler.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. They can't defend themselves at all.
That's not nice of them. There we go. So first our friends are trying to attack. We're just going to wait a little.
We're going to show them how it's done.
And hopefully they fail and we can succeed. Okay, they failed. Our units are moving up. That's good. And then next turn, it will be our turn. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to attack this particular turn. So we're going to just wait one more turn. That's alright, though. We have our barracks completed at Gu. That means that now we can recruit some pretty nice units, such as the Heavy Spearmen. And the Heavy Spearmen, they have very good attack against cavalry and chariots. And even better defense. So if you want to defend...
A city as well.
A city as well.
If you garrison your spearmen, it's actually also really good.
They are very potent. They are heavy spearmen, so they don't do as well in difficult terrains, such as marshes and forests and steep hills. But they will be very potent. Let's recruit one just for to show you guys. And I want to... do I want to save up? Yeah, we need to try and save a little bit.
I do want to save up, but right now we're not making any money anymore.
Oh, will we soon. Once we take the city, we can make peace and disband most of the army and call it a day for our invasion and just do a little build-up. So these are heavy spearmen. You can see they have fairly bigger shields than the other guys. They have a much better uniform. They have some head protection and much better armor. To compare, briefly, to our militia right here.
Exactly.
So these are our militia guys. The shields are thinner, a little bit smaller. They don't have any head protection.
The head is what does it.
They have just a little bit of, well, cloth and no particular armor.
Nice buns though. On their head.
They have some nice buns. They have good... they know how to do their buns. Alright, so let's farm some more, of course. Always be farming, guys. If there's any advice I can give you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, let's see if we can take E. Again.
Alright.
Oh yeah, of course, it's our guys. So there we go, now it's our turn. Our archers are getting in position to fire over here. We can see the arrows flying already. And hopefully we can create some breaches pretty quickly. There we go, that's the first breach.
You can really see it because it's this big white smoke cloud. Or dust, probably. Just falls down.
We're gonna go for the second breach in the gatehouse, hopefully, once it breaks. And then our troops are gonna be moving into attack. And you see the defenders already rallying at the breach. And these are pretty potent guys. This is a good general. You can see the armor. These are professional troops. So
yeah.
it won't be easy, and that's why I wanted more breaches. So hopefully we can get those. Because that will allow them to flank them, and that will force them to surrender.
There we go, we have the second one.
Alright, so now our guys should be going in. And other archers are trying to force a third one here, I think. We got the gate, and we got them. They surrendered. There we go.
That's a great, great city that we have.
Conquest number 2. And again, at the sea, it has access to copper. Yep. And it has access to 1 fish. Potentially 2 if it grows enough.
If we expand a bit more.
And it already has a nice little road to our old city. So all our cities are now connected by road. Which is really nice for moving troops about. Alright, let's speed up a little. And I think it's time to make peace.
That's the way you do it, huh?
She's offering a fraternal harmony pact. I'm gonna agree to that. They have the strongest army we saw earlier in the list. So if they don't want to fight...
No, it was Zhao. No, not Zhao.
No, I think army-wise...
Wei. I think Wei had the strongest army.
That must have been wrong. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember that, but... I think Wei.
Ah, yeah, it was Wei. Yeah, they are third. Still
second best from
Okay, so now we want peace. I'm gonna ask for peace though before I disband my army.
Yeah, because you're not sure if they're gonna accept and make a problem.
So they're much weaker.
So they probably will
they do have some money though, so they could theoretically keep on fighting. So I'm gonna offer them peace. Let's see if they want to become our vassal. They don't. We don't have the money to convince them.
No, and
so
they
we're not
are
gonna
already
do that.
rich, so...
we can recognize as emperor, but...
Just throw some money at it
with a
as
little...
well. There we go.
That will give us some...
they're gonna do it.
Alright. They accept.
It's a
So
good
it costs
feeling
us
when
some
they
money.
accept.
But we are... They're recognizing us as the legitimate emperor of China.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay, so let's disband some of our units. Let's first disband our professional guy, actually. He's costing us a fair bit. And disband some of the stacks. I don't want to disband my leader, of course. I'm gonna send one back.
Oh. I think you're not able to disband your leader, no?
No. But these guys... I'm gonna say goodbye to. There we go. Right, over here. We want to occupy the settlement.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not a great settlement. It's 23 population.
But we have possibilities for it.
Exactly. And we're gonna disband these guys as well. We're really losing money. There we go. Over the next couple of turns, that should improve greatly. Right, so this could be an interesting place to settle. We have the jade, I suppose.
It would be nice if we could grab the ceramics as well, but probably not.
The problem with the ceramics is that's an area that's not farmable.
Yeah. So that's what I meant earlier with just, keep an eye out on what kind of terrain you're looking at, because it can really ruin your chances.
So let's try and go for this one. And this is scouting automatically.
And how about we check out some encounters in the process, because we have some more time now.
Yes, we have 2 encounters here. Rich merchant
close.
And an encounter opportunity of, I think, a widowed noblewoman. So we could send our general there. It's a long march. That's okay.
He has nothing else to do right now without being just awesome. So he takes the roads and he goes faster.
Yes, the roads really add a nice little bonus to your movement speed. It would be even better had we had transport ships.
Yeah.
They really speed it up. We got more farms completed. And our economy is improving a little again. 1 more turn of turmoil.
Yeah.
That's okay though. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Stacks without orders. Who's it this time? Is our colonist, of course. And now our enemy moved next to us, so I think we need to wait a turn for them to move out of the way.
Are they our enemy then?
Well, not yet.
It's like neutral, awkward situation.
Yes.
And they're leaving. That's great.
More encounters here, by the way.
Yeah, 2 more.
Exiled man and a rich merchant. Han wants us to attack by. A friend in time of need is a true friend. Then I guess we're not true friends. Our gold pit has finished.
Yeah, so that's going to give a little bit of an income boost. That's nice.
Income is good again. And we can start farming. This city has taken quite a beating. All the farmlands here and here were burnt down.
There's a lot of work to do.
I'm a bit afraid of these guys though. They have
they
many
could just,
troops in the area.
Yeah, they could just go there at any moment and we'll lose it definitely.
We won't. Well,
yeah, we can.
Well, they don't have enough archers to break through.
Yeah, if they don't have archers, they're not too scary. They can loot our farms.
What I could do is look at that. That's one of the reasons why we lost so much money. They also have some serious buildings
going
here.
on.
I'm gonna destroy them. I want 1 recruitment center, and that's it.
Yeah, no point in spending double the money for the same thing.
Exactly.
And they're right next to each other almost.
What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna disband a couple of archers and recruit some militias instead. The reason for that is that archers are not great at defending cities on their own, right? You need some people to hold the ground, to hold the breaches while the enemy invades. And your archers the rest of the archers will fire their arrows, so they have added value, but you don't want to rely on them.
No.
There we go. And now our income is good. And now we can start working on upgrading Lingzhou, which we should be able to do next turn.
Probably, yeah.
Our settler can settle. Look at that.
There we go.
That's nice. It's cute.
So that would be a nice place to live. If you like snow.
It's not. Yeah, it's not brilliant, but is this a navigable river? It's not. It's gonna be our little settlement there, behind the mountains. Okay, that's it. Okay. And we have another settler complete. And we're almost out of time already. Time is flying indeed.
Yeah, it's going fast.
Didn't realize. Time flies when playing Oriental Empires. And
it now, it's fun.
In the true spirit of turn-based strategy, we're gonna do just 1 more turn.
1 more turn.
Just 1 more turn. Can we do something cool though? I'm not sure. Well, we can upgrade our city. We can upgrade it.
It's good enough.
There we go. We're gonna upgrade it. And on go, we're gonna continue farming. Alright.
Always one more turn, yes.
Exactly, Dr. Dickman.
Always.
So look at all these troops. Ah, they are taking the last... I think it was the last town of them.
So...
Not 100% sure.
We
but
might get the player eliminated message.
perhaps.
Not yet.
New player eliminated.
Oh,
yes,
there we
Jan has been destroyed. So it's unfortunate we paid for them to recognize us as emperors. But yeah, now this is going to be pretty vulnerable. So we really need to defend it well. We're surrounded.
He
by
might
one
be
of
like,
the-
oh, let's move on to the next one.
One of the strongest factions. Yeah.
Yep.
We have sickness, which is never good. So our general died, I think, even from it. No.
Did he?
Where is he? Yeah, I think he's he died. How annoying.
Wasn't a regular cold then?
No, probably not. That is pretty darn unfortunate. The good news is our city has... No, not yet. It's still upgrading. Should be... it's going slow.
Yeah.
Because we're also farming. Anyway, I think we have to call it a day for here.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little tips and tricks thing for Warring States. Also let us know if you would like us to continue this as well. And if you have any questions, just, you know, feel free to send us a tweet or something on Facebook or wherever is easier for you. We're always happy to help. So yeah, Oriental Empires is out now, today. It has a 20% discount this whole week. So
yeah, and don't forget to follow us if you like
follow
the
this
Twitch.
channel if you like what you're seeing. And we'll be back next time with another stream. And I hope you have a nice day.
Alright, thank you so much everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.